Welcome back to another episode of the JustBeCos podcast. We're back, baby. I'm Daniela and this is Jeremy. We're really excited about today's episode. I mean, let's be real. I'm actually excited about every episode.
I'm glad that you're glad to be here.
I always say this episode is so good and exciting, but it's all of them.
It's gonna be good. You watch. This is gonna be a nice
It's all
one.
of them.
Did the people ask for this one? No. Are we gonna give it to them? Yes.
Yes.
But,
yes. We're giving the people what we believe they want.
Hey, Mozart. He's looking out the window again. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's not going to be a big deal, Danny. Okay. So, what we're talking about today is relationships. Are cosplay relationships, situationships, hookups, that kind of thing with cosplayers? Yep. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it trouble? Is it worth it? Is it fun? Is it great? We're going to talk about it from our dive into the depths of our spicy histories. Here we go. So, let's start from the start. Danny, have you ever casually, long-term, or never dated a cosplayer? Specifically, a cosplayer.
I've never, Byron is probably the first cosplayer I'm dating, and it's crazy. It's such a big difference because it wasn't a criteria for when it came to finding a relationship. Mm-hmm. It was just how we met as well. We met at a convention, so it was very convenient. But it wasn't something they have to be into cosplay.
Right.
I kind of hoped that a lot of my past relationships were nerdy though. They've all okay, I don't have many in my past, but they all played video games.
Yep.
So I kind of part of me thought that they would going to conventions and stuff anyway. But that was not the case a lot of the time. Which makes it very difficult. What about you? What about you, Jeremy? I'm curious about, have you only ever dated cosplayers, or has it only been people who don't cosplay?
Don't cosplay? Well, what's your guess before I tell you?
I feel I could see you dating cosplayers.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you have.
Yep.
Only reason I say that is because I know you've been in the cosplay scene longer than me as well. Yep. So you've made more connections. That's my reasoning.
Okay, fair call. Look, and for that matter, Danny, I've only ever been a socially reasonable person, actually able to socialize for the last 7 or 8 of those years. Before that, it was all just cosplay, don't talk to me. Or I was no, I'm focusing on competition. That's my focus. That's my reason for why I'm no good at socializing. But to answer your question,
so interesting.
In my life, I have had 2 long-term relationships. One of them definitely a cosplayer. One of them is kind of cosplays casually for fun. So they've both been understanding of it, which is good. I have had situationships with different people. Some have been, some have not been. And I think this is good for the reason of not just having fun, but you kind of get a scope of different people in your life from different backgrounds, different interests, different viewpoints, different values. And you can kind of start to see, what benefits there are to dating someone who's into cosplay, what challenges there are, and is it even essential to, have an interest in cosplay to have a good relationship or a good situationship. So I think those are all very important things for me to learn, or just good things for everyone to learn, because I think, in my opinion, people get very stuck up on this idea of they need to be, it's essential for them to like what I like, or this is not going to work out. Right? It's I'm a cosplayer, you have to cosplay, or it's not going to work. Right?
No, it's not like that at all,
it's
though.
Not.
It's a matter of whether they understand and are respectful of your passions and goals and dreams and stuff. Like with anything, really. It's just, if you take the word cosplay out of it and just make it about anything you find a lot of passion and joy in, if your partner or situationship doesn't like it, then
Yeah.
they're probably not for you.
Yeah. Now I want to have a chat to you about, because you've explained to me about one of your previous partners and kind of their view on cosplay and kind of how that affected you. But before we get into that, let's just talk about cosplay as an avenue in general.
Yes.
Because
Yep.
a lot of people will again say like, oh, I'm into gym, but don't shit where you eat. Don't date in the workplace kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Personally, terrible advice. Terrible advice.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to keep those things in mind, but I should also like to think as well, you're a reasonable grown person who, if there are challenges with somebody who you used to be romantic with, you can navigate that just fine. And personally, I think that the cosplay community is big enough. It's not as if we're in a small town of 1,000 people. Like, we're in cities with millions of people in it, and you go to a convention, there's thousands of different people. You can talk to different groups of people and have different experiences with different people.
Exactly. Agreed.
Yeah. So it's a good avenue, I think, first of all, to meet people with a common interest. And to me, cosplay, that's all it should be. It's a starting point. If, Danny, you happen to be really invested into making world-class championship costumes, fantastic. If you're just a casual likes to buy something and wear something once in a while, fantastic. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But on that matter, from your personal experience, what do you think are the benefits, first of all, of dating someone with common interests or dating a cosplayer specifically? What do you think, would be a good thing for both guys and girls and everybody?
I feel the most exciting part for me anyway is getting excited together about planning what your costume is going to be and what you want to do. And because you bond so much together, you watch anime together or you play games together. So you both like hyper fixate on these series and characters, and you can just like constantly yap about the things you love about whatever you're watching or engaging with. And that's always my favorite part. It's like, it's always so fun. And then it's like, oh, I want to make that. I'm like, yeah, who would I be if, you make that? We've got to make sure we're like matching or
energy,
something related.
You're bouncing off each other with ideas and energy. And
yes, that's my favorite part. I think that's the best part. And even just helping each other with projects and working through it. And like, you'll find that you both have your strengths and weaknesses that complement each other, which helps a lot with the creation process. It's like, imagine you have someone working on costumes with you. It helps so much.
Yeah,
it helps a lot. Yeah. So I really love that. What about you?
It's good. Oh, there's Mozart again. Don't worry, Mozart's too. He's excited too. So I think that's the biggest part of it, is just having, if anything, because while it doesn't matter to me as much, I think it's very easy having a unique hobby like this and having someone who just gets it. You don't have to kind of explain, what it's about or why it's important to you or why you like doing it for the most part. Because you've probably had those conversations with either your parents or just friends. It's like, oh, why do you do that? Why do you spend so much money on it?
Yes,
why are you traveling so much for this thing, And I guess just having someone who understands all of those things without having to say too much is a bonus, right? But for that part too, I think it's just, like you said, it's just very fun. You've got someone who has shared interests, someone who can enjoy the same things as you, someone who understands you and can help you with things because they've got a similar skill set, which is complementary to what you want to do, which is really cool. But obviously, it's not always fun and games and roses and bottles of wine. So what do you think is actually difficult about dating a cosplayer, if that's the case at the same time?
Difficult. I guess probably you will both get stressed together as well, which is a pro and a con. Like if you're con crunching, you're both going to be like, and just like you might like have less patience and the other might not want have time to help you in the same way that you are helping each other. Be like, no, I have to finish this thing that I'm doing or stuff like that. Then you get overwhelmed, and obviously, if you're doing a lot of travel and a lot of con crunching, and obviously it costs a lot because there's two of you, it can be very stressful. And although it can save time, it can sometimes also take more time because there's two costumes to make.
It
It really depends. So there's definitely things to work around. One of you might want to go to something and the other might not want to. I feel like there's always an introvert and an extrovert in relationships. There's always someone
you can both
like,
be introverted, both be extroverted.
Yeah.
But I think that's the collaboration part. I think is fun because I always hear it. Doesn't matter who I talk to. I want a cosplay girlfriend or I want a cosplay boyfriend.
Yes.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that the main reason is so you have someone that you can do couple cosplays with. You have someone that you can be your favorite character and your partner can dress up as the partner and you can kiss and it's canon and it's great and you get to fulfill your anime dreams as well. So
I have seen some couples cosplay siblings before though. That was weird.
Yeah,
that was so weird.
That's interesting.
Each to their own, but like I could never.
Look, I'm glad they've got a close relationship with their sibling that they feel okay doing something like that. I've had the opposite actually. I've had siblings cosplay as the couple.
Oh God, I don't know.
What's more weird, Danny? What's more weird? You're a couple dressing up as siblings, or your siblings dressing up as the couple?
No, they're both cursed. Oh my God. I'm happy for people to do whatever they want, but I might judge you a little bit, just a little bit. I might think you're airing out your kinks there a bit. I'd be like, oh.
Oh, you're into that. Okay.
Yeah.
Big bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Step bro.
Oh,
we're so bad. No offense to anyone who has done this. I'm sure they joke about it too.
That's what cosplay's all about. You do what you want to do. You're not hurting anyone. You're having a good time.
I've seen memes on it, so I know people laugh about it, but yeah.
Oh dear. Now, I know you mentioned at one point in time, Danny, that you did date someone who was not a cosplayer. And that's fine, right? You don't have to it's not an essential. However, what was the challenge there? Again, there's good things, there's challenges to every situation. So what was the challenge there of not dating someone who was a cosplayer?
So, well, the first one started telling me that they didn't like that I was spending so much, they didn't like that I was cosplaying. I don't know, I didn't even spend a lot of time with cosplay, but it was when I was very young and he was young too. He had this sense of wanting to control who I could hang out with and what I could do with my time. Looking back on it now, I can see that because he would lie about friends I was getting close with and saying, oh, that she hit on me or she did this or she keeps calling me, and I would believe him and unfortunately separate myself from friends that I thought were doing this, and I didn't believe my friends, which was really sad. Yeah. So looking back on it now, I know that he was trying to control who I could hang out with. So that's a different case. That's a
just
bit
toxic. It's really toxic behavior in general, like guy or girl.
The one after that was fine until I started getting more into the community. Like I started involving myself more and wanting to go to more cons because usually it'd be like 1 or 2 a year, if that. I didn't go to a lot. But then I was like, oh, I want to start going to interstate cons and stuff. Yeah. And all of a sudden it was, oh, you're spending too much time on cosplay. You don't want to spend time with me anymore. And to me, I thought, perhaps I was, but to me, from my perspective, I thought it was fine.
Yep.
Because he would always do the same with his hobbies.
Yep.
You know, he would always spend hours on end on the computer gaming, and I'd be fine with it because I'd be crafting.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden it was a problem because I don't know why exactly it was a problem, but it just became a problem. I think it was because we were drifting apart though.
Right.
But
right.
The main issue was he would come to cons not because he wanted to, but to keep an eye on me.
Right.
And would complain that he didn't have a good time. So my experiences were bad at cons and I felt guilty. So that was the downside. It was so interesting because he had actually made efforts to cosplay.
Nice. Okay.
So I don't know. I didn't really understand why the sudden shift into not liking it anymore.
Right.
I feel like it was just a way of trying to gain control over the fact we were pulling away. Yeah, I feel that's probably it, but I don't know for sure. It was just a bit challenging because obviously I just want to craft all day.
Yeah.
And it wasn't when he wanted it. So It's like there's no double standards here.
Nah, I get it.
It's not fair.
Like, so that was obviously a challenge because they just kind of didn't understand where you're coming from or why you enjoyed it. This second guy sounded like he tried to understand, or was that just for a different purpose? He wasn't even trying to understand.
I don't know. I don't quite understand. I really don't understand because I remember the first time he made a costume, he got me to take lots of photos of him.
Yep.
And I was happy. I didn't care that he wasn't taking photos of me or anything. I was just happy taking photos of everyone. I was like, yeah, that's fine. I want you to have a good con experience. And then after that, it's like, it just changed. And I was like, oh, okay. Maybe.
Interesting.
I don't know.
If you don't mind me asking, like, obviously you're a social person. Were you talking to lots of people at the con? You were kind of being
probably
social? Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of insecurities from guys which pop up in weird ways, and maybe you were just like,
that's
wow,
a good point.
My pretty girlfriend is getting lots of attention from lots of guys, and I feel uncomfortable with this fact, so I want her to stay home and never cosplay again.
That's actually a good point. That makes more sense. I would always introduce him though, and get him involved in conversations, but he'd kind of just go quiet and not talk, and I'm like, okay, well.
All right, you do you. All right, man. That's cool. Like,
and he used to get upset about it. And I was like, there are ways to join in conversation.
What was he upset about?
That he didn't feel part of conversations. But I tried really hard. I tried so hard to get him involved and be like, yeah, my partner loves that series too. And
you're doing
he loves
more
the game you're cosplaying
than you should. You should. And I think that's very kind of you to do that. But
I tried my best, but it wasn't enough.
Tried our best, but we don't succeed. Anyway.
But I think it is. I think you're right. I think it is comes from a place of insecurity for sure. And I believe he did have a lot of growing to do, as did I, and that's why I got broken off, and I grew a lot from that, and I got to find myself a bit. Found myself more, and I was like, oh, I can express myself freely without feeling this like chained. I'm not chained down. I can just craft and have fun and go out with friends, and it was really like eye-opening because I don't think I had been single like for a long time.
Yeah,
I'd always kind of just
go from one relationship to the other.
Yeah. Like growing up, that's what I did. And it's really bad. Like, if you're like that, for like any girlies out there, they hate the idea of being alone. They feel they need a relationship straight after breaking up with one. Don't do it.
The best relationships or the best situationships I've ever been in have been girls that have been very comfortable with the ideas like, oh, I'm single. Cool. Nice. Will I find someone? Yeah, probably. If I don't, it's all good. But the ones that, and the same goes for guys, like guys who are comfortable, happy to grow when they're single are the best kind of guys that you see in a relationship because they kind of know how to treat themselves and they know in return how to treat someone else who's also independent. So
exactly. Yeah.
100%. Get real comfortable with being single.
I feel like my problem was I fell very easily for people.
Well, as you got older, Danny, as you went through relationships, you obviously identified, oh, this quality that I like in this person is actually something I should be wary of because that's a big red flag.
Yes, right? Exactly. And, 100%. I'm blurry, sorry.
No, that's all good.
There we go. Yeah, all good. Yeah, no, 100%. You definitely learn a lot. Like your standards increase so much more. And I think back, I'm like, why? I should have much better standards than that. But it is what it is.
Yeah. So, but so you live, you learn, as Sonic says.
Exactly.
But obviously one big takeaway that you've gotten from this, Danny, and hopefully anyone listening in is kind of hearing about this as well. You should be okay to pursue your hobbies.
Yes,
and
100%.
Regardless of what it is, whether it be cosplay or motorbikes or Barbie dolls or Pokemon cards, like whatever it is, you should have someone who, your partner they don't necessarily have to enjoy it and love it the way you do. They don't even have to understand it. It'd be nice if they could make an effort to, but at the very least, they should respect the fact that, hey, my partner's really into this. I don't really get it, but if they love
it's important to them.
It's important for them, and I'm going to support them in whatever shape that takes.
Right? Exactly, I agree.
And so that's the kind of point that we make about just supporting your partner. Now, next thing I want to bring up, Danny. Okay, if anyone listening in, if you're like, oh, how do I get into a relationship? We're gonna tell you about this too, okay? We're gonna tell you. But we're gonna iron out all of these things first. Another thing I want to bring up is the notion of cosplay being a social hobby. An attractive lady like yourself, you obviously, lots of people want to talk to you. You probably get propositions in various ways from various people. And as we've seen from the past, whether it's true or not, I'm just hypothesizing. How does your partner react to this kind of thing? Right?
Oh man.
Because, I'm in the position, I'm seeing someone, I'm very happy about it, but, I'm going to a couple of conventions with you pretty soon. And my partner's not coming with me because of work commitments, right? But she's never going to be like, you need to stay home. You can't go to these things. You gotta, I don't trust you, or I don't trust other people, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So, one part of a relationship is trust, right? Whatever situationship you find yourself in, your partner should support, respect that, and encourage you to do the things that you like to do.
100%.
But in this case, there might be a case in which, you wear something which is really cool. You wear something which is attractive. You wear something which is a bit sexy, and obviously you get some attention from it. Yeah. So, again, I've got my opinions. Before I kind of go into that, how do you feel personally about, wearing those things? And obviously your partner's there. Maybe your partner's not there. But how do they treat you? What do they say? What do they kind of react to it?
That's a good one. I must admit, I do feel so much safer when I go to any convention or in public spaces because I have my partner with me. Because I get approached less because he's there. I get approached so much more if I'm by myself. But the moment he comes back, they kind of change.
That's weird.
Yeah, and Byron is so nice too. He doesn't even come up as if he's trying to be threatening.
What are you doing? Talk to my girl.
No, he's not like that at all. He's like, oh, I'm back. I'm like, oh, hey, sweetie. And then they're just like...
That's weird. So they treat you differently.
Yeah. Not all the time. Sometimes they're just, really awkward and they're kind of looking around, and they were like that from the beginning. It's hard to say. I definitely got approached more before when I wasn't in a relationship because I wasn't going, I didn't have a guy with me ever. It was always just me and the girls, A lot of the time, if a girl got stuck in a conversation with a weirdo, I'd be the one to be like, oh, we have to go get lunch. Are you coming? And she'd be like, yeah, sorry, I have to go. I'd be the escape. I'd help get them out of that situation.
I like what you did, is with that. I know it's just a very specific sentence, but you kind of gave it to them like it was an option. It's like, oh, we're going to get lunch. Did you want to join us? Because if she was enjoying herself talking to that guy and you just couldn't tell, she'd be like, no, you guys go ahead. I'm gonna catch up with you guys later. It's an option, right?
Girls also have a language with their eyes. So I'll approach from behind the guy.
Danny, give me the eyes. Give me the eyes that you would give your girlfriend of oh, you want to go? What does that look like?
It's so hard. So it's weird. It's kind of like imagine talking and how your eyes would be, but your mouth isn't moving. So it's kind of like, are you okay?
Are you okay? You want to come get lunch?
The eyes go wide and they're like they sometimes shake their head a little bit, or they're just sometimes I'll even mouth help. I've even mouthed help me before.
Jesus Christ.
And because the person just won't stop talking and they don't even notice. They're so absorbed in their own conversation that even if I left, they'd probably still be talking. So I've even said, help me.
So Danny, if you were stuck in a conversation with someone that you didn't want to be stuck in a conversation with, and I was standing behind them or beside you or whatever, what's the signal? Do you just kind of look at me like this, just big open eyes, and you're like,
yeah,
to the side?
Yeah, a lot of the time, I'd be like, I just wouldn't be responding either. There's no open answers or questions back. I'd be like, oh, that's wonderful. And if I try and say anyway, a lot of the time they interrupt me to keep talking.
Oh, damn.
And I'm trying to say I need to go, but a lot of the time it's I'm just, and then at that point you have to be blunt and be like, look, I'm sorry, I have to go. You have to interrupt them.
It's hey, look, it was lovely meeting
good
you.
At doing that.
I gotta go, yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of the time I know these people do have some, what would you call it? like difficulties with communicating, like some either whether it's a disorder or mental health issue or they're on the spectrum in some way, so they don't understand these cues. So I know I have to be patient, and a lot of time you just need to be really blunt.
Yeah.
Like that's it. You just need to be blunt. Because they don't know.
Not impolite, but just blunt.
No,
because you
no,
can be
yeah,
blunt
just
and polite at
put
the
it
same
straight.
time. Yeah.
Exactly. You can't just beat around the bush and be like, oh, yeah, it's kind of like, you know, you have to just be like, sorry, I have to go. It was lovely talking to you.
That's it.
It's very straightforward. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's good.
Yep. But yeah, Byron's pretty good. I feel like if a guy was hitting on me, he would be like, if they said something out of line, he'd be like, that's a bit disrespectful. But he would say it politely. Like he's never going to try and throw hands with people, but he would call people out if they were talking to me poorly, whether it's sexualizing me or hitting on me. He'd make light of it too. He'd be like, mad balls for shooting your shot, but you know, sorry, dude. She's taken.
The thing is,
and I'd be the same.
Do you say anything about it? Or does Byron just speak up
yeah.
for you?
No. Like we've never had this situation before, so this is hypothetical.
Yeah, of course.
But I would definitely say something, I reckon. If someone came up to me and said, oh my God, you're so sexy, bend over, I'd be like, that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
I'd probably say it word for word like that.
Yeah, move on, creep.
Yeah, I have called people out before. I remember there was an old guy who yelled at my friend and I told him to go grow some hair because he was bald.
Wow, get him where it hurts. Get him where it hurts. Oh, man. Wow.
I'm sure there was some swearing involved. It's not very nice of me, but that's like the Southwest Sydney in me coming.
Southwest Sydney represents. Wow, good job.
Look, I try to be very civil though, because it's not good to say things like that because you can escalate things, especially if you're a girl and you don't have, if there's no, I know it sucks to like a lot of women be like, no, be independent, but be real. You're not going to be able to take on a guy by yourself. You have to be safe. You can't just start yelling at men and picking fights with them.
Yeah.
You will get fucked up. Like you got to be careful with that stuff. Like just say, you got to be, you got to think logically.
Think logically.
Yep. But yeah.
That's fair.
I am, yeah.
I think because I also remember, and you've told me having this conversation before, because you know you make cool outfits, you make sexy outfits, you post them online. People are like, fuck yeah, Danny, let's go. But you also just, again, we've talked about, you know, talking to people online through the DMs, sliding in.
Oh, yep.
But some people, and I can't believe this happens, but you get told like, oh. Great. Like, hey, you look cool, sexy lady. You wanna hang out? Can I take you out for a date? And then you're like, oh, I'm taken. Soz. Thanks though. And then they said, why are you posting online then if you've got a boyfriend?
Yeah. That was so funny.
Blows my mind. What the hell? Regardless of your marital status, regardless of your singleness or relationship status, you post whatever the hell you want online. It is not.
It was so funny.
It's what the hell.
Yeah,
Danny, I don't know.
All you can do is laugh.
You like it's hilarious because I can't believe people like that exist. It's like, because you have a boyfriend, you're not allowed to post online anymore. Like what?
Me and Byron just laugh at these things because he gets a lot of messages like that too, from men as well.
Yep. Are they like, why are you posting online if you've got a partner?
Yeah, it's really funny. We kind of just we just laugh it off. Like sometimes we're like, look what this idiot said, and then we're like, you should tell them this. And then a lot of time we just react to their messages because you're kind of just used to it. You know, like when you go online and you're there to post, you should go in with the mindset that not everyone on here is nice.
Yep.
Not everyone on here is normal. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of weird people, a lot of dangerous people, a lot of haters.
Yep.
You're just prepared for it and you can't let it impact you because obviously you're not going to post anymore. So kind of look at it from the perspective of this is actually hilarious.
It's interesting because I know for a fact as well, you hear stories about this all the time too, whether it be people doing OnlyFans or people who are just models. They will, meet other people. And then when they kind of start dating them, there's kind of like this, they don't even say it directly, but they kind of suggest like, oh, you're gonna stop doing that kind of thing, right?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
But, and to anyone listening in, if you're thinking about, cool, sexy cosplay girls you see online, or just people who post sexy stuff, number one, you're looking at it already. Yes, somehow it's made its way to your algorithm, and you've looked at it, and it pops up in my algorithm sometimes as well, because I'm in the cosplay space, like it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But you can't expect anyone to change for you for whatever reason, right? Like if you think, oh, I'm going to meet this person, and yeah, they're cool people, and it's like, oh yeah, you get along well, you want to start dating them, awesome. They're not going to change for you. Like, you accept them as they are.
As they are.
Right?
Yeah. You can't go in thinking they're going to change whatever you want to fit your perfect idea of a person. It's not how it works.
I was seeing someone, I wouldn't say seeing, it was a situationship where they are pretty popular online. They do OnlyFans stuff and whatever. And I think they were dating someone who kind of had that expectation. Like, oh, you're going to stop doing this. I'm like,
oh, no.
No, what? Why would I? Like, I'm very successful with this kind of thing. I enjoyed that kind of work. I'm not going to change just because you don't like it. Like,
I can imagine that's really hurtful too. Like, thinking you found someone that is accepting of who you are and what you do, and then only to be like, oh yeah, I just kind of like you because you're hot, and expected you to just drop it because I am just such a superior option.
Like,
I don't make you money or anything, but like,
girls,
no,
girls aren't doing sexy stuff or OnlyFans stuff to attract a partner. That's not the purpose of them doing it. Like, they're doing it because they, correct me if I'm wrong, Danny, but you do it because, number one, you feel good in your own skin, and making that kind of content is, work for you, because in a way, there's a form of monetization for that kind of thing. And it's obviously something that you don't mind doing, which is why they do it. And so for someone to come along and say, no, don't do it anymore, it's like, no, who are you?
It's very empowering, in my opinion. Yeah.
That's cool. And that's really cool. I think as well, I think a way to look at it as well is, if that's the mindset that you've got, think of it like dating, quite literally, a model. Would a model be like, oh, I'm going to stop doing modeling gigs, I'm going to stop putting my face on the cover of a magazine just because you said so? No.
It's really sad that people do actually do that for their partner. Like, they actually drop something they love and are passionate about, including like a career.
Yeah.
It's crazy
it's
to
crazy.
me. It's really sad.
Like, when you get into the relationship, it should be like, oh, this person is how they are when I met them, and they're going to stay like that as I met them. Obviously, you're going to grow together as a couple. That's obviously the purpose of the relationship. Like, they keep getting better at what they're doing. You keep getting better at what you're doing. Sometimes you'll, collaborate. They'll be cool. But there should be no expectation to change who you are or what you like doing just because your partner doesn't like it.
No. Kick him to the curb.
Kick him to the curb. If they've got insecurities about it, they shouldn't be dating you in the first place.
Exactly.
Right?
Honestly, it's been really refreshing to be in a relationship with someone who is actually secure in themselves. And I mean, me and Byron, we're not perfect. Like, we have moments where we're like, oh, I look like poo today. But overall, we're pretty confident in, how hard we've worked to look good and be healthy, and we continue to do that for each other as well as ourselves,
Aww.
Like, we didn't decide to be fit and healthy so we could attract someone. It was so that we would feel good in our bodies and about ourselves and for our health, and having a partner is like a bonus. It's like, okay, even more motivation to take care of myself.
Because they should be your biggest supporter and in your corner, and obviously, give you a second opinion of like, oh, look, you're doing this, just want to observe, and tell you about it. This is how I feel about it. But you make your own decision at the end of the day. That's really what it should be.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's good having a partner who you're dating someone who understands cosplay. They kind of understand what you do, why you do it. They don't want you to change. They just want you to keep doing you, and they're there to cheer you on. It's what we could always want. It's what we could all want.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
whether it be, now let's get on to the juicy part that I think people are wanting to hear about, right? How do we get to this situation in the first place, right? How do I get what Danny's got? How do I get what Jeremy's got? How do I be that person who's able to bring up this conversation in the first place? So we've established that as a cosplayer, having a cosplay boyfriend or girlfriend is cool because you can do all the coupling things. However, how do we get to that stage, Danny? What is the first step in, say you wanted a cosplay girlfriend or cosplay boyfriend, and say you yourself are a cosplayer? Where would you start? Where would you start? I want to get your insight.
I feel like the most important part, first of all, is to be to be confident in yourself and be happy with who you are.
Mm-hmm.
I find a lot of people find relationships because of FOMO, which is so silly, but they'll be like, oh, everyone around me has a cosplay partner. I want one too. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's a very young mindset to have. Yep. Like I think about, the high schoolies and the early 20s, you want to have that partnership.
I wanted a cosplay girlfriend too, and that, from that age too. So good.
Yep. Well, for me in high school, I wanted Inuyasha as my boyfriend, so my standards were very high. That wasn't going to happen. But anyway, that's a side note. I think it's important just to be not want relationships to like fill a void.
Good.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like some people get into relationships because they're like, oh, they could be like my therapist and they can do these things for me. Like,
I'm so lonely. I don't want to be by myself. I need a cosplay boyfriend who's always going to be there with me.
No, that's not attractive.
No, it's not.
I'm sorry, guys, but if you think like going to girls, or girls, if you think going to guys and being like, yeah, I'm so sad and lonely and I just need someone to cuddle me. Please cuddle me. Like, no.
That neediness will be smelled from a mile away. So,
and the people who do want that are taking advantage of you, in my opinion.
I can guarantee you that is not going to be a healthy relationship. That is not going to be a healthy relationship.
Hell no.
So it's like we said before. Like if you're really happy and okay with being single, then you're in a great place. It's very attractive.
Yeah.
Because rather than being like, oh, I need a girlfriend, man, I'm so lonely. It's like, I need a boyfriend, I'm so lonely. Ugu. Oh, yes, I kind of want to just have someone there for me. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Do you want to be my boyfriend? You want to be my girlfriend? Like, no one wants that. But if you're someone who's like, yeah, man, I'm single. Yeah, that's cool. Like, whatever. Like, if I meet someone, cool. If I don't, then whatever. Like, I've got heaps of cool friends. I like being social. I love doing that. It comes across as much more, if I meet a cool person, that's great. If I don't, that's cool because I'm still happy doing my thing. So much more attractive for a guy or a girl to have that kind of attitude towards it, right?
100%. Because like I'd rather be with someone who's so happy with themselves and their life. I want to spend that happiness with them. Like, I want to experience their, their bubble of goodness.
Bubble of goodness. I like that. I think I like the way that it's posed, and you've heard me say this before, Danny, but I hate it when someone's like, oh, I feel incomplete without a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or I need to find my better half. Like, that insinuates that you're half a person. And without this other half missing person out there, you're nothing. It is desperate, it's creepy, and it's not attractive. You know what is attractive, though? Is if you're one whole, confident, complete person by yourself. Awesome.
Yeah.
And if you meet someone else who's also a whole, complete, independent person, awesome. Because rather than be like half a person plus half a person equals one, ew, gross. You're like one person plus one person, like you become more than two because you're both healthy, you support each other, you're growing together. But when you're half and half, you get together as two halves. You're so scared to let go when things get crappy, right? And it becomes real toxic that way.
Two whole people is a couple.
Two whole
halves
people
is just one person.
It's not. The math ain't good. The math ain't doing good. Like, that math is correct, but it's not good. Like, you don't want to become half a person. Ugh. So I agree, Danny.
Agreed.
The first big important part is to be so happy with yourself as a whole complete person that...
What do you think the second thing is? Oh, sorry, I just...
No, that's fine, Danny.
Oh my God.
That's pretty much it. Like, be happy with yourself, right? Be comfortable.
Yes.
And if you're not, don't go looking out for a relationship. Work on yourself.
Nah.
Right?
Yep.
So, second thing, Danny, in my opinion, is
Yes.
get good with being social with people in general.
I thought you were just going to say get good.
Get good. Just get good.
Just get good, guys.
Just get good. Like, fuck. But no, number 2 is get good at being social with everybody, right?
Yes.
Not just like, I'm a guy, I really want a girlfriend, I'm just going to talk to girls, or I'm a girl, I'm just going to go hit on the hot guys. Like, just be social. Just be social.
Yeah.
And, go to conventions, number 1. Like, go to conventions, the easiest thing to do. Don't just be on Instagram and be like, oh, I need to, curate the perfect profile and then slide into the DMs of people. Me. No. Just be social. Talk to guys, talk to girls, even if they're in a relationship like Danny, even a relationship like me. You talk to us, oh, hey, this is a cool person. Nice. In fact, I've got some single friends, let me tell you. Right? You can meet friends of friends, and then friends of friends of friends. And as your social circle gets bigger, you'll inevitably meet people who are your type, who happen to be available. You might people who are available but are not your type. You'll meet people who are your type but not available. And that's fine.
Yep.
Because the goal should just be to just be social. What do you reckon, Danny? Is that am I talking crap?
No, I think that's good. I think being social is super important. And it's kind of like practice and warm up in a way, preparing for when you do find someone you like and you want to make an effort to, I don't know, be like, I'm here. Let's maybe interact more friendly than we would with anyone else.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with the socializing aspect. And also it shows that like people, I feel, will trust you more the more you engage in the community too. They'll be like, oh yeah, I know that guy, he's cool. And then like, for instance, as a girl, if I heard that, I'd be like, oh, okay, like that's good that people have said good things about them.
Yeah.
And as a guy, I'm sure you'd feel the same. You'd be like, does anyone know about this girl? Like, she's interesting. And like, no, I never heard of her, never seen her.
Good point.
She's
Yeah, no.
cute.
I was thinking, oh no,
It's
like guys don't talk about girls. I was like, no, we do. Like just anybody. It's like, oh, I've talked to this person. She's really cool. She's really cute. I was like, I've talked to this person. Oh, she's trouble. Just, be careful kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
And it's not always about like, oh, I've heard Danny's like real trouble. Don't talk to her. No, it's not that. It's more like, oh, Danny's is trouble. Just be careful. Right? It's like, oh, okay, cool. I appreciate that. I'm going to go talk to her myself and make my own judgment. Right?
I was going to say everyone should make their own.
Make your own judgment. Just because you hear someone say something about someone else, don't just believe it. Be smart. Don't believe everything you read. Don't trust everything on the internet. Same thing. Don't believe everything someone tells you.
Exactly. 100% agree. It's very important to be social in the community and just connect with others and make friends. Because again, if I see someone and I see they have a good group of friends and they're social and they're nice to people, it is attractive. When you think about it, it is an attractive quality to have. I don't like when people are so self-centered. They don't really engage with other people. They kind of like stand back and
they try to look cool and be like, people are going to talk to me. It's not attractive.
Which I know there's a difference between being introverted and just trying to have this persona of I'm so mysterious and cool. Like there is a difference. I've met plenty of introverts who are super friendly and will talk with me and actually hold a good conversation and are nice people and like to help others. So there is a difference.
Yeah.
That's another topic I feel. It's really hard to tell the difference sometimes.
I'll get into that in just after this one. Yeah. It'll be like a side note. But just before we kind of finish up this point about being social, you made a good point before as well, like, oh, it's like a warm-up for, when you do see someone that you do like. Because it also helps that, if you talk to lots of guys, you'll be, very good at talking to guys. If you meet lots of girls, you'll be very good at talking to girls. If you meet lots of girls that you're attracted to, like lots of attractive girls, you'll be very good at talking to attractive girls. Because it does mean that when you do meet someone who, you're attracted to, they happen to be available and you're on the same wavelength, you're not going to be all nervous. You're not going to put them on a pedestal. You're not going to, make it seem like that you treat them any differently, right? You'll treat them like
putting them on a pedestal is so bad.
You treat them as a very normal person. So, I think putting them on a pedestal is a very bad thing to do. Oh, now Missy wants a pat. You can hear her.
So cute.
Now she's running away.
I hear the meows.
So,
it's not good. It's unhealthy.
One of the worst things you can do is quite literally put them on a pedestal. So like, oh my God, you are so famous. Like I follow you on Instagram and you got all these. I can't, oh my God, believe I'm meeting you right now. Like, it's not a great thing. It's not a great thing.
No.
So
it also doesn't make people think that you are interested in them for who they are either. Like, I've seen conversations before with people who are famous and they're like, I'm just like you, man. Like, I'm the same as anyone else. And that's so true. Like, people don't realize that all these celebrities and famous people, they're just another human, just doing their job, just on a higher scale.
That's it. Just it's with the same people, just like you and me. The best thing, because as you know, I went to Japan for World Cosplay Summit a couple of years ago.
Yes.
And there were some big name cosplayers there. Absolutely. And some of the best conversations or the best kind of relationships, platonic or romantic, whatever I did, they were great because I approached it from an angle of, hey, you seem cool. Like, let's have a talk. And some of them were even kind of surprised. Like, oh, you don't know who I am? I'm like, sorry, man. Like, we've never met. I'm sorry. I was like, oh, that's cool. It's refreshing because most people are like, oh my God, you're this person. And
I was going to say, I feel like people like it when you don't know who they are because they're like, oh, you're actually genuinely talking to me from the perspective of you just wanted to talk, not because you wanted to get anything
get something
out of me.
from me, right? So, it doesn't matter who you talk to. Just treat them like you're a cool social person. Just treat them like anyone else that you would treat if you met them as a friend, right?
Yeah.
That's a place to come from. Now, so that's step 2. Just be social. Now, step 2.5, like if you're introverted, extroverted, what does that even mean, Danny? Do you want to give me your understanding and then I'll give you my understanding of it?
Yeah. So as a fellow extrovert, I'm not afraid to like talk to people, to approach people, to public speak, to go out, I'm kind of like a dog that needs walkies every day. That's how I like to describe it because I'm like, yeah, let's go play. Let's go to the park. Let's go. And Byron, the introvert, is usually like, nope. To like all the things I just said, basically. But a lot of the time, we will still go out together and I'll just be more yappy and he'll be more like quietly listening and he'll kind of just be like, you're so cute. You just keep going. You keep doing your
go
thing.
energize the bunny. Like, you go for it.
Yeah. But he also loves to chat. It's not that he doesn't like to talk or go out or socialize. It's just the different levels of craziness, in my opinion. Explain.
No, that's okay.
Like energy.
No, I'm very.
Explain the introvert.
I'm very happy that you got that far with it because for the most part, a lot of that is correct. One small correction. You said fellow extrovert. I'm actually an introvert. Believe it or not.
No, I meant like to the term. Like as an
extrovert.
Sorry.
Any extroverts listening in? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, introverts, listen up. I'm going to empower the shit out of you right now. So the primary difference, Danny kind of gave examples of, which is good, but the primary difference between an extrovert and an introvert is quite literally energy. Not how much you output, but how you recharge. Let me repeat. How you recharge your energy is how you determine extrovert or introvert. Okay? An extrovert like Danny is like, yeah, talk to people. Yeah, socialize. Yeah, go out and do this. They get energy by being social. You go out and talk to people like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. Woo! And introvert, like myself, maybe you're listening and you're introvert. It's like, ooh, you gain energy by being by yourself in your own space. Right?
Yeah.
That's it. So Dane's going to go out, be social and be extrovert and talk to people like, yeah, awesome. Keep going. This is fun. Let's go. Physically, they'll get tired. But for an introvert, your social battery will drain real fast like this when you talk to people because... And when you're by yourself, that social battery will go up again, right?
Yeah.
So being an introvert or an extrovert does not necessarily mean that you're good at socializing. You can have an extrovert who is bad at socializing. You can have an introvert who is good at socializing. Right?
Exactly.
Danny, not to say that you're bad at socializing because you're not. You're very good.
But it's such a good point. It's such a good point. Like just because I will do these things doesn't mean I'm good at it. Like I'm just gonna do it badly.
Yeah, like here's a good example. Like you might meet those kind of people who you meet at a con and they just won't stop talking. It's like, it's where this, talk about this. You know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yes.
But they can't pick up on the social cues saying, I don't want to be here. Fuck, I need to go. They just will keep talking. That's an example of an extrovert who's not good at socializing. Right? You can be an introvert who's very good at socializing. So what the key is like, how do you use your personality to maximize your your benefit, I suppose, at a place like a con. And cons are great, by the way, because there's so many different people, so many opportunities to talk to people. So, extrovert, do what Danny does. Just talk to a shit ton of people. Left, right, left, right. Have chats, have good chats. Just smile, laugh, be friendly, right? As an introvert, maybe you don't have the energy for that. That's fine, my friend. What you do have to do, you don't be the loudest person in the group. You go to a group, you can introduce yourself. Maybe you've got some friends and your friends have talked to other people. Just introduce yourself to like one other person there. Just one person who's also to the side, who's also... I
was going to say the fellow introverts.
Fellow introverts, right? And that's the easiest way to meet people. And say, for example, you guys, this is a little social trick for you, a little tip. Say you're an introvert, you're talking to the other introvert, and maybe the conversation is just not that engaging. You're like, oh, great, we don't really vibe. That's fine. What you do, you learn their name, and you meet and you talk to someone else in the group who you haven't met. And be like, hey, dude, nice to meet you. I don't think we've met. My name's Jeremy. Have you met Billy here?
Yes, I do that too.
Nice.
I do that as well.
Maybe because...
have I introduced you to everyone?
Have I introduced you to this person? Yeah. Because two things are going to happen. Either A, you get on really well with this new person, and, introvert Billy is just going to listen in. Sweet, that's fine. Or you also don't get along with this person. What do you do?
No,
you could be like, oh, anyway, Billy, you have a chat to I'm going to go over here and have a chat to old mate here.
Just start saying
you can just pair them off.
Yourself. Or you're going to shit your pants.
Or introduce them again to another person.
I feel like I'd be like, I'm going to pee myself. I need to be right back. And then just run.
You. But again,
I've done that before.
It happens, right? Because when there's no vibe, that's what happens. But introverts, extroverts, doesn't matter. You've got a plan. You can go ahead with it. Okay. So that's not even like a what do you do, but that's just how you use your powers for good. Okay.
I also find a lot of the time extroverts will approach introverts. Maybe it's just natural attraction to a degree. Like sometimes if I see someone that's quiet and shy, I'll be like, hi, how are you?
You're very kind in that way. You're very kind. Because you've probably seen the comics, the meme, where it's like, oh, introverts at a con are just the people that are waiting for an extrovert to take them under their wing and then you can go about the con together. But
it's because my sisters are introverts.
You're very kind. Introverts, I would not recommend waiting for an extrovert to come and pick you up under their wing. I would suggest going and talking to people. Introduce yourself.
Talking to people,
because that's the best way and the fastest way. If you want a relationship, a cosplay girlfriend or boyfriend, you talk to people. Okay, so that's step 1 and 2. We have to be okay with being single. We have to be social. And Danny, what would you say is step 3? What would you say is step 3? Now that we're social, now that we're kind of meeting people, how do we actually kind of show interest, I suppose, in somebody who, we've found out, oh, yeah, there's a bit of a vibe. Oh, we actually get along, a bit of a connection. What do we do? What's step 3?
Yep. So if you're already past the whole, interacting with each other's Instagram posts and stories and stuff, a lot of the time, it's so funny, but a lot of the time I find the conversation will naturally find its way there if both people are interested in each other. Like, it's hard to explain, but a lot of the time, like one reaction to a story will turn into something else. And if you both are pretty compatible, a lot of the time conversations kind of just naturally flow. But if nothing's happening and you're not sure, then there's nothing wrong with shooting your shot. Good. And you can do it in a respectful and polite way. There are many great ways to do it. Jeremy is probably better explaining this because I'm very oblivious. So Jeremy would be good at explaining how to deal with a girl that actually just thinks you're being nice and just wants to like have coffee as friends because you think everyone just wants to be friends. Like, I mean,
Danny, you put it in a very good way because typically I agree when there is chemistry, like, oh, you seem pretty cute. And I was like, oh, I seem pretty cute to you. You know, sometimes you say things, sometimes it's very blunt. But sometimes, like, I have to be kind of smooth about it. I kind of have to be subtle about it because I don't want them to know too quickly.
Yes.
Right? This is what's keeping you in the friend zone, people. This is exactly what's keeping you in the friend zone. What I would recommend, instead of if you're not great at socializing, if you're not great at being suave or being subtle or being flirtatious in very small ways, I've talked about this before. You just need to be a bit more direct, be a bit more honest. Okay?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not going to be like, oh my God, I've never seen you before. What's your name? My name's Jeremy. Let's go out. Whoa, 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 whoa. I know nothing about you, right? But it's like Danny said, you're social. We've had a bit of a chat. You seem like a pretty cool person. We've obviously had a conversation for a few minutes, whatever it is. You can, what I would suggest is, get to know each other a little bit first at some point in time, right? But then if you think, hey, you seem pretty cool, we should chat more, right? Oh, get Instagram, whatever. Cool. You want to leave it at that? That's fine. That's still giving me friend vibes.
Yeah.
Right? So how do I actually show that I want to be more than friends, possibly? Tell them, okay? And as simple as Danny said, in a very small way. So say we've been, I met Danny at a con. You're like, hey, you seem pretty cool, blah, 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 blah. And then you would ask quite simply. It's like, hey, I don't know, like you could ask maybe that day at the con, hey, what are you up to right now? You're like, are you free? Do you have plans? Whatever. And it's like, oh, I've got this thing I want to check out later. And you could say very bluntly, it's like, look, I know this might be a bit forward, but you seem really cool or you seem really cute. And I'd love to get to know you a bit better.
Yeah.
Do you reckon we can hang out? And just to see if there's anything more.
Yeah.
Right? Or it's like,
exactly.
Well, maybe I can take you out for a coffee date, like right now. Right?
Yeah, that's cute.
And
that's really cute.
Right then, it's forward. It's honest. And it gives them the opportunity to be like, hey, look, thanks very much. I might only be interested in being friends. Or it's like, oh, look, I need to get to know someone better first because I'm not straight into that. That's fine. The point is, you made your intentions very clear.
Yep.
Right?
Exactly.
So now they know. It's like, oh, this guy's interested in me. So.
And you're respectful about it too. If you're like, it's totally fine if you're not interested. Like, I'm happy to just still be friends or, enjoy the rest of your con. I hope you have a good day.
Yeah.
The only thing about that though, unfortunately, is I feel the community, maybe it's just the young ones, I don't know, lately they like to twist that into, oh, these guys are only coming to cons to pick up girls. Like they're just being creepy weirdos. And I'm really sick of hearing it. It gives me the shits because that's not what it is.
I'm curious about how that interaction actually goes though, because I would agree if the interaction was simply, oh, hey girl, you're dressed as, what are you dressed as? Cammy from Street Fighter. Hey Cammy, you're really hot. Can I get your snap?
Yeah, that's weird. That's different.
Weird. That's creepy.
Yeah.
Right?
But if a guy that or that, or a girl, like if there's someone who has already done the steps we've spoken about, the socializing,
the communication, or you meet someone for the first time, it's like, hey, Cammy, like, love your costume. What's your name?
Yeah.
Right. And you actually have a conversation.
Like,
there's nothing wrong with like having a chat after 5 minutes. It's like, hey, I'm going to check out the con. I'd love to take you out for a date sometime. Do you reckon I could grab your number?
And there's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. It's kind of like I get it because there is a lot of creeps.
Yeah.
It feels like the community is trying to ban just trying to, I don't know, score a date with anyone at a con in general. They're trying to like, no, none of this. It's creepy behavior. But like it's in anywhere you go. Anywhere.
Convention.
Any gathering.
Gym.
Anywhere.
Pokemon card club. Matchbox card club. Crochet with the old people. Like it happens. Like
it happens 100. I love that one, crochet with the old people. But legit though, and things get twisted very easily. And at that point, I start to feel it's actually just a personal attack. Like you just wanted a reason to hurt someone because you didn't like them. Yeah, they didn't actually do anything wrong. I think it's very important for people to differentiate the reason why they're not happy with how something went before they start witch hunting or get upset about something. We need to be a bit more logical. I get that it's easy to be emotional and to misunderstand things, but I think it's good to maybe ask the person and clear the air with the person involved before you jump to assumptions and conclusions. But
don't get me wrong as well. Like, people who say, oh, guys come to cons just to be creepy and try to pick up or whatever. I don't disagree that guys can be bloody creepy and they suck at, respectfully asking someone out.
There are some girls like that too.
Yeah. And, you might, I'm going to say it straight. Like if you did that 100 times, there might be someone who's into it. Like maybe one person in 100 might be into it. So, but if you want to actually do it in a way in which you are going to have a lot more success, you're going to not hurt anybody, you're going to come across
Make
as
anyone uncomfortable.
make anyone comfortable, you come across as respectful, then have a bit of a chat. Don't just be like, oh, hey, what's your name? Cool, can I get your snap or get your number and just run off? Like that will never happen. So have a chat. Have a bit of a like, hey, I want to actually get to know you just a little bit, just see if there's a vibe at all.
Exactly. Yes. It's kind of like at a bar. I've been hit on at a bar before, and there's a big difference between, oh, can I dance with you? I like how you're dancing, and oh, I like your ass. Keep shaking that thing. Like, there's a big difference between can we dance and I like your butt. There's a big difference.
Oh God. So yeah, like it's, to me, it doesn't. Now that I'm here where I am, it's not difficult because I know how I used to feel, and I used to feel nervous. How do I start the conversation? What do I do? Like, are they going to think I'm weird? Just start the conversation. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. Just have a chat. The more you do it, the better you get, and you will find your cosplay girlfriend or boyfriend.
Yeah, and just be yourself. Like 100% be yourself. Don't try to be anyone else. And I know it can be scary just because of. I feel like there's been lots of that. There can be lots of drama in the community, and people can misunderstand. So I know it can be scary, but there shouldn't be anything to be concerned about if you're not being a weirdo or a creep. Like if you're literally just trying to make friends, and then those, encounters turn into something more.
Put it this way, I don't think anyone ever tries to be a creep or weirdo, right?
No,
but
that is true.
I think people have intentions. Some of them are good, some of them not so good. If you've got bad intentions, you will come across the creep or weirdo very quickly.
That's a better way of putting it, yeah.
But I don't think
your intentions are impure.
Yeah, but at the same time, if your intentions are good, you might not know how you're coming across to people, and you might come across in a creepy or weird way. So the best way to prevent that from happening is to just be honest. Because the last thing you want to do is get in this 40-minute conversation about something that is not really relevant, or just about, let's talk about Lego. Like, awesome, cool, talk about Lego. Now let's talk about printers. Yep. But if you want to actually get to know them on a deeper level, or because the second minute, hey, look, I'm kind of interested in you. I'd love to take you out for a date. How about we go grab a coffee? Yeah. Right? From that point onwards, the conversation will shift because they're aware that, oh, I'm talking to this guy and I know that he's interested in me. Or I'm talking to this girl and I know that she's interested in me. And the whole premise, it just changes. Yeah. So.
And just to quickly add to that, girls, men can't read your mind. They cannot read your mind.
Men suck.
And they are not, you can't expect anyone to just pick up on your cues or hints or body language. You can't. We all have different things we understand and don't understand, and it's not fair to think someone should just know what you're thinking and feeling. Just be blunt.
Be blunt.
If you don't like something, just be blunt. Stop just being like, no, how dare you just not know that I don't like it and go away. Like, that's not how it works.
Just tell them. Again, it doesn't have to be, as they say, brutally honest. You can be blunt, you can be honest, blunt, and still be respectful about it. Like, you don't have to be...
If they don't...
Yeah. So
I was going to say, if they don't get the hint when you're nice, then you can be an asshole.
Then you can be a bit more assholey, because I would agree with that. Yeah. Again, I'm not going to say it's entirely on ladies to, tell the guys, because the guys also need to be a bit smarter. Be like, all right, can you actually, pick up on some hints a little bit and start observing people a little bit, rather than getting in your own head about, does she like me? What am I doing wrong? No. Why don't you try talking to them and observing them and reading them a little bit? Because it helps the conversation a lot when you're...
It does help a lot. So helps avoid an awkward situation.
It does. And so again, if you're not sure, if you're a guy or a girl and you're not good at either communicating your intentions or reading someone's body language, just ask.
Yep.
Just ask. It's like, hey, I'm sorry. A good way is like, oh, am I being uncomfortable, for example? You could just say, it's like, oh, I'm sorry. Am I speaking too much? Am I making you uncomfortable? I'll step back.
Yes. Right? It helps so much I've done that so many times now, even though I know, like, I know I can talk too much. I'm like, I'm sorry, do you have anywhere to go? Or are you okay? Or are you hungry? Or did I say anything wrong? Or like, I'm always asking questions because it's the easiest and quickest, and straightforward way to just get the answer, especially if you're an anxious person. Like, just ask. It's the best way to find out and just get rid of those
Yeah.
anxieties if you ever think you're stuffing up.
Because again, you might be like, oh, but I don't want to come off as unconfident, blah, blah, blah. Look, because you don't know the other person just yet. Like, I know Danny a bit better now because we've been talking for ages. But when we first met, did I know if she was anxious? I got no idea. Is she single? I got no idea. Is she curious about muscly men? I got no idea, right? I only find these things out because we've talked, we've hung out. And the same thing with the person that you're interested in. You know nothing about them. So you're only going to get to know them and their mannerisms bit by bit. But if you don't know, just ask.
Yeah.
Just ask.
100%. That's it.
So that's cosplay relationships in a nutshell. They can be great. They can be empowering. They can be very supportive. But again,
they can be drama
riddled. It depends on the individual. But as a whole, as a cosplayer, dating another cosplayer is excellent. We've given you steps 1, 2, 3 about how to get there. So
there's so much to talk about this. There's so much about safety and just more pros and cons, how to end it or, in a nice way.
That's a relationship episode, another half. But look, if you guys like these kinds of topics, discussions, we talked about how not to be creepy. We're talking about relationships. Let us know. Just comment, send us a message. Actually, Danny, we should release our story again. I'll be like, what topics would you like to see?
Yes.
Again, something we can do. We're going to come to a convention near you soon. We've got AvCon coming up, believe it or not. We haven't announced it yet, have we? So anyway, we're coming to AvCon. We're doing something there. I don't think we can say just yet because I don't think we exactly know if it's finalized or not. Yeah. But we're also going to Smash, everybody. So if you see us hanging around Smash, doing stuff, we'll come and say hi to you because I don't know if you're going to come and say hi to us because we're going to look scary. So...
Oh my God. No, please come say hi. Yeah. We love to yap.
Yeah, if you're going to get ready to be prepared to be on a little feature on the Just Because podcast, we've got something coming up. So keep your eyes peeled. But
super keen.
Yeah, as usual. Oh, again, if you like our vibe, just a quick reminder, we've got a Patreon, the Just Because Cosplay podcast Patreon. Jump in, cost of a coffee every month. Join the Just Because fam. And get all the goodies on the inside. But until then, thanks very much for hanging out again. We'll see you next week. Hey?
Thanks, guys. See you next week.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Bye.